Hey guys, Jonesy here. Before we get into this Supercast, I just wanted to apologize / explain a couple things. Every time I've done a Supercast so far, the recording process has never been the same. So the audio, the audio is really weird and kind of messed up. It's going to be that way for this Supercast and the next one because we actually kept recording through. So I'm really sorry about that, and I promise you guys, I am trying to figure out the best way to improve the audio every single time for you guys. So I really hope you enjoy it. I know it's kind of hard to hear sometimes, and other times it's just straight up in your ears, and it seems like it's going to explode. So, really sorry in advance. I hope you guys still enjoy it anyways, and I am trying to improve every single time for you guys. So, enjoy! What's up, guys? I'm Jonesy, and welcome to another Supercast. I'm here with...
My name is Taylor.
And I'm also here with...
Alex.
Alright, good.
Oh my fucking god, you're such a party pooper.
Just Alex.
Always.
Just Alex.
Yep.
So, we didn't really know what to talk about today. So, Taylor found this little handy-dandy little app. What'd you find?
It's called Random Icebreaker Questions. So, this is for when you see a sexy lady at the bar.
Ooh.
And you don't know how to fucking talk to her. And so you just go up and you go like, hey, how much money is enough money for you? Because I'm really not fucking looking for gold digging whore. And I work real hard for my money.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna support your bitch assness.
Wow.
And it works 100% of the time. I have tested this.
I was gonna say that felt like a
100%.
really real example.
Oh, it was so real.
I felt like you were pulling from experience.
It seems like you were
I
digging,
use this all the
deep.
time when I'm trying to pick up ladies at the bar.
Trying to get that.
Trying to get all up in them guts.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, so
we're gonna play around with this app a little bit.
oh my god, this is like giving me all of the same questions.
Oh no, are you still on the theoretical thingy?
No, hang on, sorry.
We may or may not have already kind of messed around with it. So.
I am taking out everything but the theoretical. So
Oh, that's some.
So we're only doing. Right oh my god, this is gonna get deep.
what would you name your son if he was born tomorrow?
Elias. I've already thought of this.
Elias?
Elias.
It's inspirational.
What's the inspiration on that?
I've actually wanted it. I've said that since I was like, 12.
Very nice.
And thought it was okay to already think about having a son.
Yeah.
Well, that's me too, so don't worry.
Yeah, because I'm weird like that. But I already thought about that because I just thought it rang well. Literally, there's no, like, everybody could be like, oh, well, your sister's name is Ellie, or like your friend's name at the time was Elliot, but like, it sounds good. Like, it sounds sexy. You gotta admit, hello, my name is Elias.
I like
Oh
it.
my god, take me!
I don't think people need to have like reasons behind why they want to name their kid what they want to name it, but
Right.
mine, I already have a son named D'Artagnan, so I would name my son Aramis.
Yes.
Is what I would do. And I've already decided that because I don't know, I always feel the need to shorten names. I always feel the need to have like a thing to shorten it. I would just call him Ari.
Ooh. Ooh.
He'd be pretty.
Kill him.
Kill him. And what would you name your son that I would veto immediately?
Yeah, I think that's yeah.
Oh. Oh, so okay, Aramis, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
he agrees. So you just vetoed your own idea.
Damn it. Okay, well, this is fucking stupid. What would you name your daughter if she was born tomorrow?
Caroline.
Caroline.
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline.
Yep. Actually, yes. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
It's actually because of Outcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
seriously?
Yeah. Caroline. Yeah, I love that song.
That's awesome. I want, if I have a daughter, I want to call her Winnie. I like the name Winnie a lot. I know that you don't, so this is one that we would discuss on. But I've already decided, like, to do that, I would name her Guinevere. Because all of my kids have fucking, they would have insane names. I can't name my first kid D'Artagnan and then name the next one's Jack
John.
and Jill. Like,
it's gonna
no.
be weird.
So, because he will fucking look at me like, you're a fucking whore and I hate you
Or
forever.
it's like, clearly you hate me. Like,
Right. So they would all have to have like these outrageous names and
obviously
then
I was a
normal middle
mistake.
names. Oh, but what I was gonna name Tanyan if he was a girl was Dagny, was named Dagny Rose.
Sounds like
which everybody hates but me. So
that sounds like the Scooby-Doo character that they never put in the show.
Yeah, actually.
Like she was too smart.
Yeah. God damn it. Anyway, what are your thoughts?
Well, I've
Narinay.
No.
I know.
No. I like Lily. Like
that's my niece's name. Lillian Quinn. Can't.
Oh.
Could name her Lily B.
No.
Lily B.
Lily B.
You really do like the weird names.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She does.
You don't understand. I can't name my kid.
Yeah, you've locked yourself into this. I understand.
Yes.
She would be named Lily Balantham,
yes.
and she would be a queen.
This is an apt question. Go ahead. Sorry.
I also used to like the name like Ruby, but I mean you can't, I guess, name your daughters after cars, alcohol, or jewelry.
Why?
They become strippers.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm gonna name my first child Cinnamon because fuck it.
I mean, I don't think that's.
Yeah, it's not true.
I was gonna say like, it's not like it's blatant like candy.
Yeah. Ruby. Ruby's not like a really obvious
I'm just
stripper
name her
name.
Foxy.
Or Bambi.
Foxy. It's short for Rebecca.
Oh my god. Okay. Apt question. If you could choose to have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh, I've already thought about this.
Okay.
I've already thought about this. I would have the power of super speed, like Flash level.
Oh yeah?
Because there's so much more that comes with that than just the speed. Because when you have that speed, you have strength behind it.
Momentum,
Yeah, and he also is so fast now that he literally is time and space. So, like, if something happens, you just go back, you erase it. You change it up completely.
True.
He controls all of that. And he doesn't need... oh my god.
Oh my god.
I didn't think we were going to get into comic books, but we can do it. Like,
go for it.
I have this theory. So,
alright.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but, you know, the whole Infinite Crisis storyline from back in the 80s in DC, where, like, literally it was the first time, like, the timeline had just completely collapsed, and it was DC kind of, like, revamping, like, kind of like what you saw with the New 52, but it was way back when. Basically, yeah, everything just crumbled and fell apart because timelines and continuities were crashing together physically. So they have like a couple of different players, like villains and stuff, who kind of made that happen. But I actually have a theory that everything that has ever happened in DC is completely the Flash's fault, and he doesn't even know it.
Because he keeps turning back time and fucking everything.
Yeah,
all
because
these
since
timelines.
basically his power, he gets his power from what's called a speed force. And that is that time-space continuum thing that he can loop in and out of at any time. And every time he does something like that, he affects other things. So I feel like when the Infinite Crisis stuff happened, he was going in and out of time so much that he was making these things collide, and he didn't even realize it. So he, even though he's a superhero, he was actually everyone's demise.
Interesting.
I don't know how we got on the topic anymore. But...
Oh, because I asked if you could have any superpower.
Oh, is
what
that
would it be?
okay? Gotcha.
But that is interesting. I wonder if anybody would ever take that up.
Yeah.
Like they probably should.
I think I'd just go with mind reading personally. I mean, it's a bit less
cool.
Yeah, but
Well, I mean, I sit there and I would just be in my underwear at home thinking about this, so it's okay.
that's fair.
I have this all plotted out.
Fucking man, if I was gonna be a superhero, I would want to be like Consort of Death superhero. Like I want fucking the Scar's arm. That's what I want from Full Metal Alchemist.
Right.
Where he can just grab your face and just fucking like. But then I kind of want the other one too, where I can make shit too. I don't just want to fuck shit up, but I think that it would be awesome if like I
just be Shiva.
Right. If I was just this fucking character that fucking was very like armored, dark looking, that just had like pestilence like blooming all around
So you
me
wanna
at
be a
all
villain?
times. No, I want to
An
be
anti-hero.
anti-hero. Where like fucking yeah. I think it would be good. Or villain. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Fucking. I just want like death powers. That's what I want. I want a cloud of black smoke around me at all times. Sorry, that's just.
Wow, that's like.
That's just me.
My heart.
Because if you won $1 million in the lottery tomorrow,
Good segue.
what would you spend it on?
I would spend it. Oh god, that's such a boring answer for me. Just because I'm in such a predicament.
Spend it on getting a house.
I'd spend it on my student loans.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so in debt. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd pay off my student loans, and I would give probably a quarter of it to my parents.
Charity, yeah.
Fuck charity.
Oh, fuck charity.
I'd do like $50,000 to like Doctors Without Borders or something.
Yeah,
Because it's super ridiculous. Because like my $50,000 would probably last them a day. Like it's super ridiculous.
Yeah. But
Me, if I had $1 million, I would definitely probably buy a new car. Because I hate my car, and this one's so fucked up. I would just rather have a new one, start new, try to take care of it. And then I would also fucking just not work. That's what I would not fucking work.
Would you like try and save it so that you never had to work again, or would you just like say like I'm not gonna work for like 5 years and just really enjoy myself?
I think that that's probably what I would do.
Okay.
Is I would try to like space it out, because like the thing is I want to go to school to be a nurse, so
Right.
I would fucking probably try to put it toward that, and then just like save a bunch of it, you know, because you're not gonna get $1 million. You're gonna get like part of it,
Yeah.
you know?
Right,
like a
little
good
bits at a
sum of
time.
it. But like if I could just save it, you know, because my rent is nothing, bills are nothing, so you could stretch it out for a long time if you were only fucking doing that, you know.
Right.
But so yeah, I mean like at least like fucking 3 years.
Okay, well, since we're so literal,
Yeah.
let's rephrase this question. If we didn't have these problems, and we were good to go,
Okay.
and then you got the full $1 million up front,
Okay.
what would you do?
I would go to Japan.
Oh,
drugs.
awesome.
What?
Whoa, hey!
I would say buy drugs, but I have a problem with that, so no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would want to go to Asia, because I'm pretty sure that I'll never get to go, and I'm really sad about it, so yeah, I just want to go,
Yeah,
hang out.
I was gonna say I'd probably buy, like, do what I really want to do and buy my house out in Sweden.
Speed that?
Because I am so ready and dead set on I want to spend like a harsh winter in northern Sweden.
That would be
So
awesome.
bad. Like I want to be like snowed in. Like you gotta have everything at your house because you ain't going anywhere, and you just like spend the entire winter just like
Just want to be a Jonesy sickle.
yeah.
A
Playing,
Jonesy
like,
sickle.
I'll be like the tallest man on earth. I'll like release like my album.
God damn.
Playing guitar all winter, just next to my fireplace.
That's a real question.
massive
So
beer.
Yes.
you want to live abroad, right? You
Yeah.
wouldn't mind it anyway.
I don't want to be a total dick, like you know, America and all that. But I'm not actually like a huge fan of this country.
Me neither.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And
I don't think anybody
and
really is anymore.
And it's not because it's like, oh,
Some
this is
people
the
are.
worst country in the world. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I mean,
blah,
it's
blah, blah.
not.
It's just that this is a very, it's a very motion country. Like there's always something going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of everything. And I want to go somewhere where it's just quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sweden's so fucking quiet. Like I think they have like maybe economy problems right now, and that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like just disconcerting shit going on in America at all times. And I'm sure there's a lot of disconcerting shit going on in all other countries, most of them anyway, a lot of times, except for like Sweden. In like that northern Europe, there's a lot of stability in those countries,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
but they're also not as big as we are, you know.
Right.
So like I get it. It's just I've always wanted to live abroad ever since I was in high school, just
Yeah.
for a little bit, you know. And it's not even just like I have a problem with America thing. Like it's fine. I mean, like I probably did say that when I was in middle school because it was stupid. But you know, fucking I would just really like to fucking experience other cultures in like a really real way.
Like
you
you're
can't
there,
really
yeah.
you can't really do that in like a touristy sort of way. I mean, like
Right.
you can try, but
I mean, even with like the internet, you're still pretty detached from
Yeah.
the world outside.
yeah.
You can learn a lot, but having that knowledge isn't actually having that experience.
Right. And I think that you actually don't want to live abroad. Like, I don't think you'd like it.
I would be cool with Canada. I would be
not really
cool with
abroad,
like
though.
Denmark, like
Denmark, that's
Northern
abroad.
There you go.
Europe-ish, but
But not much else.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I want to live in China. I want to live in China.
Oh
for a
God,
little
why?
bit.
though?
Yeah.
Just
I know.
because I don't know.
Oh, you just want to grasp what it's like.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, what the fuck is that
Bad.
like? Just
Bad.
because that's so
It's like
fucking...
bad.
No,
I mean,
I
there's
really don't
a chance
think
you wouldn't
that...
come back out.
Yeah, that's true.
That's scary.
Well, I think I'm really attracted to the fact that, look, both of you.
Oh, no. We're being completely serious. Like,
Okay,
Like,
I know, but
a
anyway.
little hungry
Well, it's
place.
not like fucking Zimbabwe, where you're definitely probably gonna die if you
Oh,
just
yeah.
try to fucking hang out there too long. Fucking, there are plenty of white people that live in China and they
This
are
is
alive.
true.
It's
This is
fine.
there are plenty of white people that live in China.
And they're like on business visas though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Well, I mean, like, even too, like, white people go and live in South Korea, they do shit like that. The thing is that the reason why that's so appealing to me, in a way, is because those countries, when you think of Japan, you think of
Because you're
South
secretly
Korea,
Asian.
you think of China. I'm not secretly Asian. Thank you very
Very
much.
openly Asian.
I'm
whatever.
openly Asian. No, I'm white. God damn it. Anyway, fucking, they're so different from America. It's like the people talk about the culture shock of going to Japan all the time.
Yeah.
And can you imagine, like, sort of like sticking yourself in that and then not being able to leave for a while? Like, just like the psychological shit that those people must kind of go through to sort of like fit. As a white person in America, you never really experience being otherized. Maybe in little ways, but you're never the minority.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And I have always wondered what that is like. And I know that there are people, if anybody listens to this, for whatever reason, fucking, they stumble upon it and they're here still. Fucking, and they happen to be a minority. Maybe they'll find that offensive, like, well, you don't really want that, blah, blah, blah. But it is a unique human experience
Right.
that I wish that I could understand more. And I feel like if white people could get that sort of understanding, like, because there are tons of white people that are racist, tons of white people that aren't racist.
Right.
Fucking, and, like, you know, if they could experience that as being the minority, I feel like we could really fucking understand a little bit more what the fuck's going on. Because that's the thing, is that it's hard when a person's like, well, I am a minority, I experience all this oppression, I do this, right? And a white person just is like, what do you mean? I don't get it, you know? I don't treat you bad, I don't do this, blah, blah, blah. And it's not an individual that's doing it. It's a larger system.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we don't experience that, so we don't understand it. So I think that pinpointing and pitting yourself in a country that is developed and is pretty safe to live in, right? But being the obvious other,
Right.
I think that could be a really interesting experience
Well, then-
just to go through.
Well, then Japan would be good for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you are the stupid American.
I
when you're
am
there.
the stupid American.
But I think,
I am the Baka Guy Gokujin.
I think
You're so Baka.
I think the difference though is that, like, in America, minorities are demonized as like violent or dangerous. I mean, like, that's the
True.
But I don't think that that's the case in, like, per se Japan.
I think
Like,
that if
I
you
don't-
are an American, they might think of you as violent. I mean, like, that's the thing, is the stereotype of American is, they're taking our guns, blah, blah, blah. Like, we are seen as more of a violent country in general. We throw more people in jail than anybody.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Fucking,
And
I
we
think,
do like to shoot people.
I think we are seen
We
as
like to shoot people
barbarians.
so much,
I think that a lot of the outer world sees us as barbarians.
and I don't think they're entirely wrong.
Well, I'm just
You know.
saying. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, serious cast for thinking it. All right. This is a dumb question.
Okay.
Do you believe in
No.
Do you believe in ESP? No.
Like paranormal activity?
ESP,
Extrasensory perception.
where you can
Sixth sense.
read people's minds and shit.
You guys don't believe in that?
No.
Why not? Let me just ask that. Why not? Before I answer.
I haven't seen any good evidence for
Yeah.
it. I think that that's really why.
Because anyone that has claimed that has been pretty much proved of using mentalism tricks,
Oh, okay.
which, so this track record for it isn't very good. And
Okay,
also,
so mainly it's just based on what you have seen so far.
And I think that if something like that were to exist, there would be some sort of physical mechanism for it, and that hasn't.
Well, but that's the thing. Like, what about things that are real that we all experience? Like, we get like, have you ever had like where you're thinking about somebody a lot, and then like they call you, like things like that, where it's like shit that's like coincidence to you. I get it. You can calm down right now, Alex.
No, I just haven't had that.
Well, anyway, people do have like these deja vu moments or shit like that. Shit that is like a little weird.
Deja vu is a described phenomenon.
Of what? Can you explain it to me?
It's when something is filed in your long-term memory incorrectly. Like, I mean, when your brain, they have like done scans of people, and it's when your long-term memory part of your brain activates when what you're looking for is something in your short term, so it feels like it's something you remember from a long time ago, but it actually isn't.
But that's not actually what I mean. Like, you've never had like a dream or whatever, or a moment where like something happens and it looks exactly identical, where you're like, I swear to God, this has happened before. But it's not like, I'm not sitting there thinking like, oh, when I was a child a long time ago.
But like, you get the feeling of it. Like you get the feeling of like, this has happened already. Like, it's because your brain...
I don't think that's an adequate explanation for what brain
chemistry.
I don't get that. Anyway.
So, okay. My thing about it is, so there's all these, scientific reasoning to say that ESP, doesn't exist, or isn't possible, or whatever. I think that I'm at a position where, whether it's been proven to be true or not, I think that there's still a possibility for it.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's time to rule it out. I think it has to do with like a cognitive level, and I think I'm one of those people who have the mindset of we haven't tapped into what we can do cognitively and fully. Like, we haven't gotten there yet. You know what I mean? Like, you're staring at me like blankly. I don't know. Do you not know what I mean?
Alex is the worst.
I mean, if you disagree, that's totally fine. Like, where are you going? The cat's wanting to go with you, so you're really gonna stir up some trouble here. So,
I think that where I not necessarily disagree, because I think that on things like that and on topics of like religion, I take not hard stance against it,
right?
But a nuanced stance of like, I prefer to proportion my belief to the evidence.
Right.
So like, I wouldn't believe in flying purple unicorns because there's no evidence for it. Just like there's no physical evidence for Yahweh.
Okay, so yeah, that's like a structure for belief.
Yeah, and so ESP sort of falls into that category where I'm like, I've not seen anything reputable that confirms it, so it's better to live my life as if it doesn't exist than to pretend that I am certain that it does.
See, I think that's the key difference, though, is because that's a scientific, concrete standpoint on it, and I definitely have to nod towards studying philosophy for me.
Well, yeah, philosophy is in many ways a scientific endeavor. It uses the laws of logic, which are
exactly,
and things like that.
And I think just kind of like one of the standpoints that I kind of developed through studying philosophy so much was the fact that, for me, I can't necessarily rule out something as possible or impossible.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just flat out say that something is impossible, because then it actually cheats you out of finding the possibilities for it. So, like, if I say that, there's no aliens, or there's no way that there's other life forms in any place in the universe,
then
period.
You stop looking for them.
Exactly. You cheat yourself out of maybe finding that.
Yeah. So,
like, ESP, mediums and stuff like that, like, they've been disproven and blah, 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 and all this, that, and the other. That's why I'm saying, like, I still think that there's a possibility there. I just don't think that we're at a level where we can sit down and concretely, like, break it down. I think that it is. I think that it's something that if we gain the information and the ability to do things like that, we can physically say, like, this is what this is. We just haven't gotten to that level yet. And then we can go, like, that's a whole other ballgame, because I can be like, well, what if there's, like, ancient civilizations where they already had this, tapped into, and blah, 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 and...
They were in Atlantis, in the Bermuda Triangle.
I do think I think here's going into that subject just for a second.
I'm excited.
Just for a second. I think
Just a second.
I think that if you look at the big picture, we have one piece of information in a timeline. Not just like since like the Big Bang or whatever, but just like the existence of Earth itself. We don't know what happened before recorded history.
Right.
We have gained information through fossils and through artifacts that have picked up information on that. But what about before that? Okay, well then we have the dinosaurs and blah, 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 blah. What about before that?
There's a lot of geological record for... there was a really big debate that gripped the entire, like, geology as a profession, that scientific community, about whether the world in its earliest state was covered in water or if it was covered in lava, like the molten. And so like a lot of that sort of like pre-life stuff was hammered out through that process, where most of actually thought it was water,
right?
Largely because of the Bible, but most thought it was covered in water, and then through like magnetism and all this sort of stuff.
Well then, okay, so
magnetism.
so when you go back to that point where it's like the lava point, so there is an end point as to what we know.
Yeah,
like there's still time before that when this planet was.
But in that time, it was just molten.
But
even before the formation of Earth.
No. Like sticking with the formation of Earth. Like I still feel like there's a chunk of time before what we know to be true. I think there's still a time before that we
it's
don't
almost
know
all
about.
conjecture. Anyway.
So my thing is, and this is again going into it also has to with being a writer. It has to do a lot with imagination. And
I have no imagination.
Exactly.
I'm soulless and empty
I
inside.
know.
The thing about imagination is when you use it enough, you start to get this mindset of, holy crap, if I can imagine things that this vast and this far out there, like where did I get this from? Like if I can think of this, why isn't it something that's actually real? And then you start to think, well, maybe it is. Maybe it is at some point in somewhere or something, maybe even right now, maybe in the future, maybe in the past, something like this is real. So, like, just in that mindset, like, I can think of, we have this chunk of time that we know, and we have this chunk of time that we still don't know about, even though it already happened. What if there's, like, a cycle? And this is going into really weird controversies, like, take global warming, for example, or we already have recorded ice ages, and there's been, how many ice ages have there? There's been multiple ones, right?
4.
4, right?
Okay, so obviously...
Many ice ages, only like one really, really big one.
Yeah.
Right, so clearly it gets to a point where it gets so hot that it just gets so cold, and then you go back up again, and then it's like, blah, 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 blah. So what if you take the chunk of time that we know, and you say that has actually repeated? Like, this place has been lava multiple times. It's been ice age multiple times. We keep rebuilding and returning into a civilization multiple times. So, like, what if we get to a point where we're so advanced and then it all just comes crashing down again? Like, whatever happens, utter destruction, ice age, boom, we rebuild yet again from, like, the super, like, one-celled organisms, go back into evolution, and then do it all, Like, what if we've been doing that the whole time, and we just don't know it?
There is a theory.
Yeah.
That I'm not sure if I find compelling or not, but it's certainly interesting.
Right.
That tardigrades. Are you familiar with what tardigrades are? They are also called water bears, but they're like little microscopic organisms that can survive in space.
Okay.
And they're radiation immune, and they can live in space and in no oxygen, and just like the weirdest things that you can
Extremist
imagine.
of extremophiles.
Right.
And they have lived back to, as far as we can tell from like finding tiny fucking microscopic fossils of them.
Right.
Right before meteors hit. And so that is a theory that life was seeded before that. Meteors hit, blew debris up into space. These things survived and then were pulled back down into orbit, and then reseeded the Earth after.
Oh, okay.
And that's for me, a really weird thing that is possible.
Right.
But
So, and again, it just goes back to, like, if you can think of things like that, what's to say that they can't actually happen or haven't already happened? So it's like, I don't know. That's why I'm like, you can't call anything impossible because you just cheat yourself out of that. Anyway, that was super long, super deep. I'm really sorry.
No, it's fine.
And the crappy part about it is, every time I go back and listen to stuff like this, I'm like, I explained it so poorly. Like, I never actually say the words that I want to say. Every time. And it's so funny because I'm a writer, but I can't actually articulate crap.
You have
well, that's
time
why you
when
write
you're a
it,
writer.
then you come back to it and you go, I didn't describe that at all. And you rewrite it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another.
If you had to be trapped in a TV show for a month, which one would it be?
No.
Pornhub is not a TV show. Let's get with the rules of the game.
I don't Showtime. I don't know. No, it's softcore. You'd be like
Real sex.
Someone else go. I'm just making high.
I think.
Probably for me, it'd either be there's three. It's a tie.
Okay.
Batman the Animated Series,
Okay.
Courage the Cowardly Dog,
Okay.
or Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh man.
Courage is a horror show.
I know, right? That's why I want to be stuck there for a
Horrible.
month.
Oh, fuck that.
The things I
so
do
gonna be
for love.
traumatized.
I'm gonna say, well, no matter what I say, there's like downsides to everything. I'm gonna say True Blood, but I would also be fucking terrified the entire time I was there. I'm gonna die. Like, that's what's gonna happen.
You're not gonna die. You're gonna make out with somebody, then some dude from
I'm
Gilmore
gonna
Girls
find
is gonna come in.
And then you're gonna wake up half
Skarsgård.
naked in a Denny's parking lot.
Yes.
With bite marks on you.
And then
Do
they're
you
gonna
have-
make a spin-off that you can go into.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It'll be
so
like about
happy.
a Denny's server that is also a vampire.
That'd
You
be
can
so-
cross over with Vampire Diaries, go into the originals.
It's gonna be beautiful.
You'll have a little bit
I would
on
be-
Once Upon a
a
Time.
real empire.
In Dead Like Me, because then I know there's an afterlife.
I enjoyed that show.
Okay, anyway, do you have an answer?
No.
Okay.
Moving on.
No, we already had that. What famous person do people say you resemble?
Nobody says I resemble anybody now, but whenever I had long hair and like facial hair, they said when I was younger, they said I looked like Chris Jericho, the
Yeah.
wrestler.
Yeah.
And then they also said that I looked like the guy from Breaking Bad, or no, not Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was, like I said, when I was all decked out, facial hair, long hair. Now I just look like. Actually, you know how I feel like I look right now, and it's actually not like a specific person, but this is where I got like my hairstyle from. I give you some fashion tips. This is where I got my hairstyle from.
Fashion corner.
But I actually, and that actually ties into another TV show I'd love to be stuck in, even though I would probably die.
Okay.
There's a show on Netflix called Peaky Blinders.
Okay.
And it's about this family who was basically a gang like they were their own mafia in Britain. And it was in the early 1900s. And all the men, it was when the hairstyle was like all the men wore their hair like this. And then like they would put on like the golfer cap or the bowler hat, and all you would see is like the short part. And then they would take it off and it'd be a slicked back or slicked forward look. And I was like, I freaking love that.
Yeah.
So I'd love to be in that TV show, even though the family would probably kill me because I'm not invited to be in the family. And yes, that's where I get my hair from.
Very get my hair
I got Robert Plant when I was younger.
Nice. Yeah, I can totally see
Weird.
that.
And I had long hair then too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You do. And I've gotten Liv Tyler with a smaller mouth. Yeah.
It's very specific.
It's very
Well,
sweet.
because anytime she would be like in some show, like she was in the Hulk movie with Edward Norton.
Oh yeah.
And she definitely the trailer spots were running TV spots, and people would be like, "Oh my god, I swear to God, I just saw Taylor on the TV, but with a gigantic mouth."
Wow.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah,
You definitely look like her when she was in Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. For sure.
that's what I've structured my whole life on. I'm gonna get a tattoo of her necklace around here.
Ooh.
Okay, if you could play any musical instrument well, what would it be?
Didgeridoo.
God damn it.
Get
Get wrecked.
I was gonna say, like, the first instrument I got attracted to when I was a kid, I started playing drums when I was 10, and I wanted to do that first.
I really enjoyed playing trombone. I was never super good at
I
it.
loved playing trombone.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Like, all the other people with their fucking peon ass keys.
Yeah, you get keys and buttons. I got a freaking slide.
What's up, dude?
Mine, I want to play the saxophone or the piano.
And in band?
What are you talking about? You already play the piano.
Yeah, but I can't play it well.
Whatever. She said that all her life.
Yeah, just like friends. Back in band, when someone was like sucking, you could be like,
Yeah,
so good.
Then they turn around and be like, "Shut up, tromboner!"
Yeah. I was in debate as well, so I was a master debating tromboner.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Okay. Be like that.
That's okay. I was in band too. I get it.
What animal do you resemble?
A lion. That's my spirit animal.
Spirit animal is a squirrel.
What about you? What animal do you resemble?
Most closely?
Yeah.
Chimpanzees?
Oh, okay. You fucking
The
moron.
smartest answer you could possibly like a.
I like to think I look like a deer.
See, I say a lion just because all like those stupid like really cheesy.
Because you're fierce as fuck.
Yeah, seriously. But like all those really cheesy like things you would say that like you would find on like a Facebook picture like that. Because like I'd be like loyal to family.
Yeah.
Or like protective in that sense or something like that. And then they're like, God, just put it on a meme and shut up. But honestly, whatever. That's how I feel. So. Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Did you guys have spirit animals?
Oh, don't talk to Alex.
Do you guys
about
have
this.
spirit animals?
Why would you talk to Alex about this?
Because Alex does. It's a badger.
Is it?
Yeah. Fucking annoy me all day long.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
No.
Just kidding. Mine's a vulture. I've just decided.
Why are you a vulture?
No.
Because-
you did not just decide that.
That is true. I did not just decide that. That has been. I have had reoccurring dreams with vultures in them, and vultures as a spirit animal. I like vultures. I like condors. I like them because they do not.
It's a noble as fuck though.
They do not kill anything. They don't kill ever. They fly and fly all day long using the power of the wind. Like they can circle for hours
Oh, okay.
and
So
wait,
you
and then
thought
they
about
only
this.
eat dead things.
See, you know what I think you are though?
A bitch. Anyway.
Good God!
Fucking bitch. Like,
Yeah, that's why I'm still your
Fucking
friend.
Kind. Okay, anyway,
10
sorry.
years of thinking you're a bitch.
I mean, it's okay. You go like home afterwards, and you and Jim just sit down and like, "How's Taylor?"
You are an introverted peacock.
Like the male kind with my feathers.
Yes.
Oh.
Because I think that you're that type of person. When you're walking around the zoo, the Oklahoma City Zoo,
keep your feathers all folded
or
up.
I think we'll just say Kansas City Zoo because they would actually let the peacoks roam around freely, and I don't know if they let them do that.
They
here.
do let them do that
Okay,
here.
so-
Not the male ones, but the females.
Okay, so when so in the Kansas City Zoo, they'd let them walk around, and they'd be super like, if you saw them on the paths, like they wouldn't want to deal with you. Mm-hmm. But then like you see them minding their own business, and they're like, "Whoom! Here I am," and I think that's totally Taylor.
Yes, that is me.
Behind closed doors, she's like.
The last question that I had, and then I gotta switch categories because it keeps giving me the same ones over and over.
Okay.
If you could be any kind of circus performer, what kind would you be?
I'm already the bearded lady. That's my code name with my family.
Beautiful.
Juggler.
I want to be a trapeze artist.
I'm channeling my inner pen.
No, Taylor, you wouldn't be a fire breather?
Mm-mm.
What?
Oh God.
Oh, what?
What's your biggest regret?
Ugh.
So in high school, no. Oh, you know what name is cool.
Fuck that.
What? Anyway, what was your most emotional moment?
My most emotional moment? Mm-hmm. You're in a room with two other men and you want to ask about emotional moments?
Yeah, you got a most emotional moment?
I mean,
I had.
my brother died.
If we're gonna.
Oh, fucking
Jesus,
Christ.
yeah, there you go.
Let's bring us down.
God.
Okay, what is one thing you wish you would have known when you were younger?
Did you hit the regret section?
See, I just want to point something out.
Past.
We're not
Yeah.
attacking you. You're just the one pulling up the questions.
Yeah, that's true.
What is one thing you wish you would have known when you were younger? And then I'll switch the category.
I wish I would have understood that oh God. Mom, if you're listening to this, I'm really sorry. Just don't read into it any more than you feel like you should.
Mom.
I wish when I was a kid, I understood that divorce was a more common thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Because when my parents split up, it was really hard, and I feel like if they're like, no, it's kind of a cultural norm now, like it's not as successful. Oh God, sorry guys, I'm not trying to.
No, you're
No,
good.
you're fine. I'm like
just
crying.
just
I'm like,
just talking about me. Just talking about me.
Yeah, no, you're
oh
good.
my God.
But I feel like if I would have,
You're like,
when I was in the hot seat at 6 years old trying to figure this out, I feel like if somebody
Uh-huh.
would have said like, it's okay, this is totally normal, I would have been like, all right, cool.
Right.
I don't know. I think that if I had been more comfortable
Okay,
being
just having a breakdown.
single in high school, I think that if I could have convinced myself to do that, it would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad you didn't though, or else we wouldn't have met.
Yeah, that's the only it's the only good thing that came out of that.
Sorry.
That's the best thing.
Yeah, it's true.
I wish that I had known and believed that everybody else was as fucked up as I was inside.
Yeah.
Like they had fucked up shit going on. So I didn't feel the need to have to lie all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I wish. I didn't realize that until I was older. Okay, so
All right,
more,
so break out the razor blades, guys. Let's go.
more
Dude,
questions.
do you want alcohol?
Okay, so what? You going to new
How
topic? Oh.
long was your longest lasting relationship?
My longest lasting relationship
Mm-hmm.
was 2 years.
Yeah, mine is now 2.5 years.
Hey.
Yours is what, 5? Sort of.
Something
Off and
like
on.
that.
On and
Yeah.
off, yeah. Yeah, I had a break in between mine. It was like closer to the end, so it was like a year and 8 months on, and then like 4 months.
In my relationship, there were 2 breaks. One earlier on, in which someone kissed me, and I felt really weird about it, and didn't want to tell my
Right.
significant other at the time, so I just broke up with them.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, just broke
That
up
was
with
a
them.
good. That was good.
That's
and
super.
Didn't like date the other person either. I just like was like.
It's like I'm getting the fuck out
yeah,
of here.
I was like, I'm out. I don't know what's happening here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I
And-
guess that's one. I guess that's an example of when a man can be violated.
It was an older lady.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. I was like a sophomore and she was a senior.
Do you look back on it now and like high five yourself for
No.
kissing a cougar?
No.
Okay.
In retrospect, I kind of maybe should have pursued that, but I did not.
You know what? I think in retrospect, I think you're doing all right.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely.
In retrospect, you doing good.
Because
Yeah.
anytime I say in retrospect and it has to do with a relationship, I'm never right.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's like if I could have like tried harder in this way in this relationship, no.
No, see, because she would have left, and then you guys would have broken up.
Yeah.
So
She would have gone back to Vegas. Hey-o! I don't know her as a person. I'm sorry. That was really
No,
mean.
you're good.
what
You weren't
was
far from the truth.
What was your first ever date like?
Oh man.
Oh my god. Do I even remember this?
I remember mine. I'll tell mine.
Okay,
Fucking,
go ahead.
I
I'll
finally, there was a guy. We were in an acting sort of school class thing together. His name was Casey. He's still a really awesome, sweet dude. I was really fucked up and weird at that period of time. I was like 16 and he was like probably 17, 18 years old, which is a couple years older than I am. And he asked me, it was a really weird situation because there's this dude named Matt that I really liked, and then he wouldn't do anything, and so fucking, I'm telling you this because it's happened. It was so fucking weird.
I want to say
Okay.
what's going on is I'm thinking of mine,
Okay.
and I'm thinking if I really want to say it or not, because if it's bad. I feel so bad. My first date was awful.
Okay, wait,
So
all
just
right.
go ahead.
Okay, so the way that this ended up happening was that at the end of the whole like fucking play sort of shit that we're doing, we got like a picture, right, in a folder, and we were gonna sign it, like a yearbook thing.
Right.
So we signed it, right, and so at one point I had like bumped into him at some point, and I was like, haha, oops, I'm just hitting on you, haha, fucking like double entendre bullshit. Fucking, and so in his like little picture thing, I wrote, "Oh, hey, fucking, I really enjoyed hitting on you." Also, haha.
Right.
Fucking, see you in a couple of months. Fucking, he comes out and he's like, "Hey, I really enjoyed you hitting on me too. Why don't you come out on a date with me?" And I was like, "Fuck, you're so direct." And I was like, Jesus, I was like really impressed. So I was just kind of like, yeah, sure, why the fuck not? And then this other mad dude was a huge dickbag to me because he was like, well, you fucking dumbass, you didn't fucking say shit. I hate dudes. Anyway, so fucking this guy, Casey, comes to pick me up and we're gonna go see a movie. And instead of being helpful, because I was so nervous, I'd never been on a real date before, I just asked him random questions all night. Like, I literally was like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna ask, like, what's your middle name? What's your family like? Blah, blah. I basically became the Icebreakers app for myself. And I just fucking, like, asked all of these questions to the point where, like, we were driving around, and he was trying to find the theater. And then finally he was just like, fuck it, let's just talk all night. And so we did. We ended up going to, like, someplace near, like, some lake and walking around and talking about our childhoods and the shit that we like. And it was actually really good.
Wow.
And then we had another date where we went to go see No Country for Old Men. And then I was just fucking weird because I was 16 and I had problems with boys and relationships and I didn't get it, so I just kind of fucked it up.
That was a weird time.
Yeah.
I watched that happen.
Yeah. You watched that train wreck in place.
No, I just said I watched it happen. That's all I said.
just said. All right. Anyway, so any horror stories?
Do you want to go first?
No.
You don't want to go at all?
I don't know.
Because on his first date, he ended up getting blown. Anyway.
That didn't happen.
Nah, whatever.
Okay, so mine is really, I feel bad saying it, but I'm just going to say it. It's really embarrassing, so I'm going to give
Go for it.
her an alias. We will call her...
Rebecca.
Unless
that's her name.
No.
In which case you're like, how did you know?
We'll call her Goodnight from James Bond.
All right.
All right,
Yeah,
good night.
We'll just call her Goodnight.
You don't want to go with like Octopussy or
No, God, no. That's no. That would make the story so much worse. Okay, so we'll go with Goodnight.
Okay.
So basically, I think I was probably 12 or 13. And so it was like, I counted as a date, but it literally like was, again, kind of like that. We went just walking and talking and hanging out. Although it was really cut short. Like 5 minutes long, kind of cut short.
That's a good date, though. At 12, 5 minutes, you rocking hard.
Not if you don't actually get any action.
Hey, you can't get action when you're 12, god damn it.
I had my first kiss when I was 12, thank you very much. With Goodnight, ironically enough. It was later.
Ooh, getting sexy.
So we did make up for the embarrassing moment. Anyway, so we left her house and we're going on this walk, and I could literally I could still see her house when this happens. and we're walking along and I say something really funny, and she laughs. For some reason, she laughed so hard, and like it was just like a percussive laugh, like just one. That it hit her so hard she shit her pants. No. She was wearing like khaki colored pants, and it went straight through. It was like a bomb.
That poor girl.
And so
You're so mean for laughing so hard.
Okay, so
you kissed her afterwards. It worked out.
Aww.
Yeah. Well, I stayed with her, and like she was like with my family for like the holidays and stuff after that, because this was probably like in September, and then we were still like seeing each other through December, and I like made her a chai tea and kissed her like around Christmas. So it was all.
So you're a sweet man. You're a sweet man.
I try to be.
I'm not.
You made
I'm a
up
bad
for it.
person.
That's
apparently.
fine. I mean,
Yeah,
not everybody can
you just
be.
were fucking bitches on your first date.
But
See,
So-
here's the thing.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Well, yeah. So she shit her pants because of the percussive
Because you're
laugh.
so damn funny.
It wasn't even the.
That's how
it was like
funny
a
you
really
are.
dumb joke. It just caught her off guard, so she goes. "Ah!" And so I felt so bad in the moment because I was watching it all happen, and I giggled, like I laughed,
Of course you did.
and she got super mad. But I
Yeah.
just said like I'm okay with it, like I'm standing here, I'm not embarrassed for you.
I'm taking
not,
the Chinese way. I'm laughing to let you know you're okay.
like it's fine. I can see your house. Let's just go right back. There's nobody on the street. Just go inside and change. Like we don't even have to like not hang out tonight. Like just go take a shower and we'll go about our business. Like it didn't bother me.
yeah.
And she was so embarrassed. She was really mad too that I laughed. Of course. And I mean, like, looking back on it, like, she was in the right. If she wanted to feel how she felt, she just shat her pants. I think she gets that right.
You've earned your feeling how you feel card at that point.
My god.
Yeah, it was, man, I felt so bad for her. Anyway.
I don't, probably on my first date, because I know who it would have been with. But if I recall, it was at a point where we couldn't have gone anywhere without my parents. So I probably just went and saw a movie. Wasn't that big a deal. But
with your dad in the background, just fucking throwing popcorn at you the entire time. Stop kissing!
You're like, okay, so
hands to yourself, leave room for Jesus!
We're gonna get into this.
Alright. Oh, it's on now.
Taylor would like to think that I am some sort of man whore. I did not get I didn't hold hands with someone.
No, she does. She fantasizes a lot. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I
don't understand.
You don't have to justify yourself with me because I know
he
exactly
lost
what
his
she's doing.
virginity when he was 15.
But I'm going to.
I lost mine when I was 16.
Here's the thing.
Fucking you barbarians.
No, hold on. I didn't hold hands with someone until I was 15.
Okay.
I didn't kiss anyone until I was 15.
Right.
So yeah, and then you jumped immediately to sex. Wow, I didn't know this were all on the same level, babe.
Hey. We are guys, okay? We are waiting for that moment.
Okay, alright. Okay. I'm just saying,
I'm
like, that's the
monogamous
thing.
as fuck. That's all I gotta say.
All I'm saying is that I had
and then I stayed with that person for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Who cares? Anyway, fucking, that's what I'm saying, is that you said earlier there was a person, we're not gonna name names, whatever, who took me to prom, right? And he took me to prom because he wanted to lose his virginity, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, but like, why anybody would think that I was the correct person to do that with is just fucking beyond me.
I watched all this happen. You were not a person who was going to even remotely give it away.
No! I mean, like, that's the thing, is I dated Drew for a long time. I'll drop that name, I don't give a fuck. And he broke up with me because I wouldn't fuck him.
Right,
like,
and to clarify, it's not because you were being, like, hard to get. It's because you were nervous as fuck about the idea.
Right, I was like, I'm not ready for this shit. And that's the thing. And that's like when that shit happened with the other person, fucking, where I blew him. Sorry. And it was a weird fucking situation. And then, that's the thing though, is that like, I feel like fucking, that dude and I, our relationship, our friendship, right, was destroyed after that. But
Absolutely.
It was literally just because I was so nervous the entire time that he must have felt really uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, I'm sure that, like, if you're a dude and you're having to say, like, hey, relax, like, it's fine, blah, blah, you're having to do that over and over again, you're like, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or not. You know, it's just like that was uncomfortable. I don't really want to address that anymore.
And it wasn't the fact that you were doing something wrong, because you probably weren't. It was just the fact that, like, when you tensed up, he tensed up.
Right, exactly.
And you can't get anything pleasurable out of that moment.
Right, but, like, I just, like, couldn't deal with it. So, like, after that happened, and that was pre-prom anything. So after that happened, I was just like, yeah, I'm not ready for this shit. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna wait, blah, blah. And so, I'm really judgmental about the fact that other people were just like, yeah, fuck it, just fuck me. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway.
This is falling on deaf ears over here. But the person that I was with.
14.
No.
14. Yeah, absolutely.
I must have been 16 then. Like, and she was 5. But I had been with him for like 7 or 8 months, which is a long time.
Why are you dogging on him so bad?
She hates me.
She's just. I thought she was serious. You got me.
All the time though, like all the time. Like, this
That's
is relentless.
Serious. I am not. This is not. We've not had this discussion in several months.
Yeah.
Several months. I have dropped it. I've let it alone. It's fine. I understand that I'm being overly judgmental. I get it. There's still a part of me that every time when it's just like, yeah, I was like, it's just I have a kid. I don't want my kid to fucking just have sex when he's fucking 15 years old. I just don't. Like,
understandable.
Sorry. So, like, anytime that I think about that, I have a kid. Like, if you had told me this pre-kid, I'd probably be like, okay, yeah, whatever. But, like, now I'm just like, please don't fuck things when you're 15. It's gross.
I promise you, I will never fuck anything when I'm 15 again.
Your girlfriend was 15. Your girlfriend was 15. She can get pregnant. That's gross. Like, stop it. Anyway,
And see,
sorry.
I don't know. I'm a complete opposite. Mm-hmm. Like if I have kids, I
when
want
you're 12,
them.
get some pussy. Like, what?
Well, like when they are, hopefully it'll be when they get a car, just because it'll be easier for them to get the fuck out of my house and do it.
Yeah.
But
well, that's the thing too. Like, fuck it, you have sex at your parents' house. Like, God, please don't. I always had sex in cars.
Honestly, if that was the only place they could go, I would just say do it. Because what if they got caught in public doing it, and then I had to like go out and be like, oh god, here we go.
That's true.
Here's the thing.
Her mother was super cool.
Here's the thing.
Her mother was super cool.
This may be a reason why I kind of like reserve myself into saying like I'm not gonna make a good father, and I don't want to be.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I want them to drink early. I want them to smoke pot early. I want them to have sex early. I want them to get in serious trouble to the point where they might get put in a cop car, maybe not taken to jail for God's sake, but they get put in a cop car and get the experience of being arrested.
Life is serious, kid.
I want them to know how that feels because then they make better decisions based on that.
Right. I guess, yeah, it's easier to make mistakes when you're a kid because people can always write it off as you're a kid.
Yeah, right.
But when you're in your early 20s, people are like, okay, well, you need to fucking stop.
Right. And I can, I can rationalize it because I've done all those things and I did do them earlier than was probably the norm. And so I feel like knowing that, like my life, I feel like I learned a lot and I was the better for it, and I want them to be that same way. So, not to say that,
I just say, like, there's just a part, like, when I was fucking growing up, my fucking family told me, like, the bullshit, because they were super Christian, and they were super that, like, sex is sacred, and it's only supposed to blah, 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 and, I carried that around for a long time, and there's still a lot of that sort of, like, brainwashing in my, like, thoughts about it, where I'm just like, I feel like as teenagers, right, I understand they're gonna fuck things. I get it. Fuck it. Whatever. But I just wish, like, you didn't. I waited until I was 18. So, I don't know. I feel like you guys can wait until you're 17 or 18. You can wait till, like, late teens. You don't have to be doing it mid-fucking teens. When I was 15, I was, like, fucking playing Final Fantasy and just chilling with my friends. Like, wasn't worried about getting dicks stuck in me.
See,
like,
here's what's gonna happen if I ever have a son or daughter. You know what? I'm gonna be completely fair.
You don't be sexist about it.
No, I don't want to be sexist about it. Even though, yes, in my mind, like sometimes I would freak out and get a little more protective of a daughter. I still want to balance out the playing field. When they turn like like they're going to be in puberty, I want a lock on their door.
yeah.
I want them to understand the internet.
Yeah.
And I want them to feel like if they need to go do their business, they need to just lock that door.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with masturbation.
Yeah.
That's fine.
If they even get to the point where they're comfortable enough to be like, just don't come into my room. Like, don't need to say why. Just like, don't come around here. Like, if they can get to that point, they won't, because it's really awkward for kids.
Yeah.
But hey, if I have brave enough kids to say that, great. But I want them to just do that, and I want them to be like, you know what? I'm with this girl, this guy, and it's really important to me, and I think that they want to go this far, and I want to do that too. I want them to be able to come to me without fear and be able to say that, and I go, you know what? I'm so glad that you said that. Do you understand what you're getting yourself into? Can we talk about this just so we're clear? Okay, you get what you're going into? Here's a condom. Lock your door.
I had a really good relationship with my dad that was sort of like that, where I outed him to him for smoking weed at some point, because like when I was pretty young, him and his friends would like go into the garage and play D&D.
Right.
And I just had some like scent memory from that, and the door always smelled weird. Like the garage always smelled weird afterwards.
Right.
And we were driving through a field at some point. Have I told this?
No.
All right, so we were driving through a field at some point on the way to Texas, and his window was down because he was smoking a cigarette, and I smelled something that was like really familiar, and I was like, "What is that?" And he goes, "Oh, I guess the cops, because there were cop cars in the field down the further down the street."
Right.
He said, "I guess they're burning some weed that they found," and I was like, I sat there and I like took a few deep breaths, and I'm like, "You used to smoke weed in the garage." He was like, "What?" And I was like, "When you play D&D,
what? No.
You and your friends used to smoke weed in the garage." He was like, don't tell your mother. And we just kept going.
Well, now your mom knows.
Yeah, well, she
Just
doesn't
kidding,
listen.
I know.
Like after that, I felt like I went to my dad when I had, you know, something that I was like considering or thinking about that was, you know, and he was really cool about it. He was like, well, this is my experience with that sort of thing. If you're going to be stupid and safe.
Right.
And I have had a good relationship with him.
Yeah.
Based on that principle. The first time he betrayed me, well, I felt like he
betrayed me.
Yeah, no, like I was like really like it.
I
like,
fed up with this world.
Yeah, like it hurt me deep. I was
Right.
I was like heartbroken. With this girl that I was with, he thought that our relationship was getting really close.
Yeah.
And so he sent
wonder
me.
why.
I was gonna get my driver's license that summer. I was gonna do the class to get my license and whatnot. And he was like, "Nope, you're not doing that. You're going to Texas for the summer." And he banished me to Texas for the whole summer. And my biological mother and that whole family was going on a cruise.
Yeah.
And had no notice, so I was just alone in a house in Texas, mowing the lawn every day, and that was my life. And I was like, every day I was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Like, I'm just mowing the lawn angry.
Okay, so we're actually going to take a break here, but next week I'm going to continue this podcast. We're gonna keep going through right now, but I'll cut it short for you guys for now. You guys, like I said, tune in next week. We will rejoin the Supercast, and we'll continue talking about these really deep issues that we're getting into.
Deep issues.
It's so deep. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Jonesy.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Alex.
And we will see you later.
I like the last thought on that podcast was me just saying fuck you, fuck you,
Fuck you, fuck you,
Yeah, that's why I
fuck
want
you.
to leave it there.
It's pretty good.